Hi, my name is MARRISSA SOFEA HANIM binti MUHAMAD, and my ID numbers is 2024243206. So today I would like to talk about surplus. So what is surplus? A surplus occurs when the supply of goods or services exceeds demand, leading to an excess of resources in the market. This is important for understanding market dynamics like pricing, production, and consumptions. So, producer surplus and consumer surplus are the two key types of surplus. So, the law of supply and demand explains how supply and demand are related and how that relationship affects price. So, we call this a situation of excess supply when quantity supply is greater than quantity demand, or a surplus. For example, consumer surplus is the difference between what the consumer is willing to pay and what they actually pay. Other than that, producer surplus is the difference between the price a producer receives and the minimum amount they will accept to produce and sell a good. So in summary, a surplus in market disequilibrium occurs when supply exceeds demand, and it often results in price reduction as producers attempt to sell their excess goods. So the total surplus is the sum of consumer and producer surplus and represents the total net benefit to society.
This issue, we found out that this equilibrium market is often occur, especially in real estate market. So we are covering this equilibrium market in real estate between 2015 until 2019 in Malaysia, which is the supply is greater than the demand. So it is indicated to the imbalance and unequal between the supply and the demand that has increased and unsold residential properties since 2015 until 2019. There are about 30,000 housing units that are remain unsold in Malaysia. Apart from that, building high-end properties may lead to an oversupply in that segment and a shortage of an affordable housing for local population because of the high demand in that segment. Okay, the affordable houses that I mentioned earlier was worth below than 250,000 ringgit because many Malaysians can afford houses that more or greater than 250k Malaysian ringgit. As a result, economy in Malaysia was facing instability and unstable between 2018 until 2019. The unsold properties may be more expensive than before. This leads to increasing in the total value of unsold residential properties over past 5 years in a row, okay, between 2015 to until 2019. This issue became serious and became a major focus in 9th Malaysia Plan, which highlighting the growing issues of unsold residential properties, particularly in the more developed states such as Johor, Perak, and Selangor. Malaysia recorded a highest number of unsold residential properties in the first quarter of 2017, which is 130,690 units. This figure represents the highest number of unsold residential properties in a decade and nearly doubles the historical average of 72,239 units per year between 2004 and 2016. About 17% of unsold units were in the affordable price range below 250,000 ringgit. Also, about 83% of these unsold units were in the price above RM 250,000 ringgit. Additionally, 61% of the unsold properties were high-rise buildings, with Johor having the largest share of unsold units, followed by Selangor, 21%, Kuala Lumpur, 14%, and Penang, 8%. Between 2016 and the first quarter of 2017, only 21% of new launches were priced below than RM 250k. This amount is insufficient to match the income profile of approximately 35% of households in Malaysia. This means only 35% of the household in Malaysia only afford for house that below than 250k and not above 250k ringgit. Okay, so basically the demand for affordable homes are increasing. Okay, however, even though there is high demand in affordable homes, yet the majority of homes offered by suppliers are too expensive and too high, okay, which is above than RM 250k. Okay, and it is beyond the reach of the general public. Okay, this has led to an oversupply of unsold properties due to this equilibrium market. So basically, I simplified it into this timetable. Okay, as you can see, the started of this equilibrium market on 2015 and it was ended at 2019. Okay, so that's it for me, and let's move on to the factors.
Hi, I am IRDINA, and now I will explain you about factors from demanding side and supply side. So the first factors from the demanding side is limited financial capability of buyers. The ability to buy real estate is mostly dependent on household income. Purchase power is diminished by a low income levels, especially during economic downturns. As a result, there are more housing units than there are buyers in the market. For example, people may put off buying homes during a recession because they are unsure about their income levels and job security. Next, location. There are unsolicited units in the affordable price range below RM250,000 at 70%. There are several factors that have prevented the purchase of this property. The first factor is that the location of some of these affordable housing projects is unattractive due to distance from the workplace and low transport links. For example, houses built far from the cities and a workplace where they are less attractive. They are also far from infrastructure and basic facilities such as school, hospital, or any public transport. Those are barriers preventing them from getting affordable home even though they can afford it. This last but not least, consumer confidence. Potential purchasers may put off buying homes if they think the economy will weaken or that home values will decline. It is because of this lack of confidence, demand is decreased, which leads to oversupplies. Buyers may choose to wait and see due to sluggish job market or concerns about an upcoming recession. For the supply side, the first factor is overproduction of high-end properties. The oversupply of high-end properties in Malaysia has led to a property overhang. Developers focus on luxury projects to target high-income buyers due to higher profit margins, but this does not address the needs of middle and lower income group. Unlike Singapore, where demand for luxury homes is strong, Malaysia's demand remains low. As a result, only a small percentage of the population can afford these properties, while the need for affordable housing persists. This imbalance creates a surplus of unsold luxury units such as excessive luxury condominiums and insufficient affordable homes. The next one is economic cycle. Economic cycles contribute to property overhang when developers overbuild during economic expansion, anticipating sustained demand. However, during an economic downturn, these properties often become excess inventory. For example, apartments built during a booming economy may remain unsold during a recession. Lastly, maximize profit. The goal of maximizing profit drove property price higher between 2017 and 2019 as middle to upper income buyers actively purchased home above RM250,000. This increased demand led suppliers to raise prices, expecting buyers to pay more. However, the high prices reduce affordability, creating challenges for many households and ultimately decreasing demand. This imbalance between supply and demand causes market disequilibrium.
For strategies to stabilize surplus in property, actions taken from supplier is slowing down new projects to prevent oversupply. If there are too many properties on the market, this means prices likely tend to fall because the demand is unable to keep up with the number of available units. Number 2 is focus on properties that align with affordable demand. Concentrating on affordable demand property is essential to achieve more stable and sustainable property market. Number 3 is collaborating on affordable housing by the government. These partnerships may approach government for attracting developers towards the affordable housing by offering incentive and subsidies rather than luxury or high-end properties. Number 4 is organizing a campaign to highlight the benefits of purchasing property during surplus situations. In surplus situations, the property's prices tend to fall owing to the high supply, low demand. Next is action taken from government. Number 1 is setting a controlled construction quota. This quota limits the number of new properties that can be built to meet the actual demand, preventing an oversupply of properties. The aim is to prevent an oversaturation of the market, which has been known to flooding, causing the value of properties to fall. Number 2 is providing incentives to foreign investors purchasing properties in surplus area. The government of Malaysia offers lower tax rates for foreign investors buying properties in designated surplus area. Number 3 is setting land use regulations in specific areas. Government established these regulations to ensure sustainable growth, align development with community needs, encourage productive use of underutilized or surplus properties. Number 4 is increasing the construction of affordable housing. Provide variety housing options for low and middle income households. Also provide government-owned land at subsidized rates for affordable housing projects.
So this is the effect from the seller side. First, price pressure. Sellers are forced to reduce prices when there are more houses available than buyers, especially in high supply areas. Second, longer market times. Homes stay on the market longer as buyers take more time to decide due to increased options. Third one is buyer leverage. Buyers gain an advantage in oversupply market, often requesting discounts, repairs, or special deals.
So we move to effect of surplus on buyers. Number 1 is lower prices. So basically, more homes mean sellers must compete for buyers, giving buyers more negotiating power and often leading to lower prices. Number 2 is more options. A larger inventory provides buyers with more choices, allowing them to find properties that better suit their needs without feeling rushed. Number 3 is increased negotiation power. With less competition, buyers can benefit from sellers offering incentive, such as lower prices, covering closing costs, or agreeing to repairs or upgrades to close the deal.
So, in conclusion, Malaysia's housing surplus reflect a complex interplay of economic, social, and regulatory factors, primarily stemming from an imbalance between the type of homes being built and the actual needs of the population. Developers have focused on constructing high-end properties, leaving a gap in affordable housing for the majority of Malaysians. particularly those earning between 3,000 and 6,000 a month. So, despite this, the housing surplus presents an opportunity for reform. So, policymakers, developers, and financial institutions must collaborate to create more affordable housing, align developments with market needs, and ensure sustainable growth in the sector. The surplus also exerts downward pressure on prices, pushing them lower to balance supply and demand. Ultimately, a more focused and inclusive approach to housing development could help address the needs of first-time buyers and lower-income groups, fostering a more equitable and functional housing market in Malaysia. So that's all.